Hi there, it's Eugene Ebner with BroadwayWorld TV. I'm really excited to be at the infamous Birdland with the one and only amazing, drum roll, Billy Stritch.
Hi.
Hi, Billy.
Hey, Eugene.
So you have a show
I do.
called
My Winter Valentine.
And I understand that these are cozy love songs that will help
It
you
is.
feel warm on a
That's
wintry
the point.
evening.
Yeah, it's an evening of love songs, and just what you said. It'll warm you up because it is cold. So,
It is cold.
So I just thought it would be a nice theme for this week.
I
Just
think
come
so.
in and get warm and hear some love songs. It's going to be some songs maybe you haven't heard before. I mean, it depends on. I always like to do things that are a little off the beaten path.
Mm-hmm.
Although there'll be some familiar things as well.
And you have special guests every
I have
night.
a special guest every night. Yeah, I have a special Valentine every night.
So who do you have tonight on Valentine's?
Well, tonight on Valentine's. Last night I had Gabrielle Stravelli, and tonight I have Sally Mays for two shows. We have two shows
Fantastic.
tonight.
7 o'clock and 9:45.
That's right. And then tomorrow night I have Aisha DeHaas, who's just great. And then Saturday night, finishing up the week, is Lilius White.
Wow.
Who I just love.
You have 4 fantastic entertainers.
I am lucky.
vocalists.
I'm a lucky guy.
Well, they're lucky to be collaborating with
Well,
you.
it's always fun. It's great fun to sing with all 4 of them. And I've done shows with all of them at different points of time. Sally I've known since we were just kids in college together back in Houston, Texas.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, we go back a long way. And we've worked a lot. We were in a vocal group together years ago called Montgomery, Mays, and Stritch.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
And then, we just have kept up with each other all these years and done our own separate things. But it's nice to be reuniting tonight for a few songs anyway.
Reunited.
And it feels so good.
Speaking of reuniting and love and 'tis the season, is it different for you when you create your own show in the sense, whether you have a special guest or not, what's different for you?
Oh, well, I always try to have some sort of theme to hang it on to, and it seems like lately the themes have been more seasonal. Like the last show I did was called Late Summer Songs because it was like in September, early September. But there were so many great songs about summertime, so and Brazilian songs I love, things with a tropical beat. So I was able to put some of that into that show, and this is more winter stuff. We've got a few winter things, mainly just love songs. But the problem for me is just to narrow it down to a tight hour of music, 15 songs, because there's so many great songs out there.
So many options.
Yeah, and I'm always second guessing myself all the time. So right up till show day, I'm always kind of like, well, is this going to work or should I change it around? I finally got it the way I want it.
You must have like this part of your brain that has this song catalog.
I have a lot of songs up there.
Right up in there that you could pull out of your, so to speak, hat, right?
Yeah, I have this kind of great memory for, certainly for melodies, if not for lyrics. But I know an awful lot of lyrics too. But, part of the thing that it serves me really well when I'm working at the Carlisle. Jim Caruso and I do Sunday nights at the Carlisle at Bemelman's Bar. And, when people request songs, it's like, oh, I think I might know that, It may be a song that I'm not even familiar with performing, but I just have this place in my brain where it's like, I can figure these chords out. And of course, you can look up lyrics on the phone now. So
that's true.
I can fake anything.
It's amazing, the technology, right?
Yeah, it really is. It's come so far, lyrics are right there. And, it's just great. I don't even remember. When I was young, you had to go out and buy the record. That's how old I am. And then the cassettes. Anybody remember cassettes?
I do.
Yeah, right?
I had quite a few.
And, all these platforms that you have to buy. Now it's all on YouTube or Spotify or Apple Music, so songs are really easier to find now.
Yeah.
I'm also doing a little tribute in this show this week to Dr. Donald Shirley, who was a friend of mine. He's the guy who they have done the movie Green Book is about him. He was a famous jazz pianist, jazz/classical pianist. And Mahershala Ali is playing him in the movie. Right. And the movie is just fantastic. And I know Donald would have been thrilled to have had whole film made about him, about this time in his life, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, I got to know him the last 10 or so years of his life.
Oh, cool.
And, you know, he played at parties that I gave, and you know, he lived a couple of blocks from me, and I would go visit him. He had a spectacular apartment above Carnegie Hall, which they kind of showed that in the movie. It doesn't look quite the way in the movie, but it was a big, great, fantastic apartment with 2 grand pianos, 2 concert grands. It was very, very, I don't know, overwhelming the first time I walked in. It was really impressive.
How neat, though, that you've had the experience and now you're incorporating it into this. Because
I just thought, you know, because this movie is so timely right now, and a lot of people have seen the movie. And
very well received, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Really well received. I'm sure he's going to win an Oscar for it because he's won, you know, he's won the Golden Globe and he's won the SAG Award, and I think he just won the BAFTA Award. So, you know, it's a really good film. So I'll be telling a little bit about Donald, just basically what I just told you.
Well, and you're gonna be fabulous as you always are.
Thanks.
What's some of the songs, if you don't mind me asking, like what's something that really stands out in the show?
Well, I opened the show with a medley of "Hooray for Love" and "Let's Fall in Love," 2 songs by Harold Arlen.
Yes,
Kind of as a classic way to welcome people, and it's like this is what the evening's going to be about. I do some Cole Porter songs because he wrote great love songs. I'm doing a couple of songs that Nat King Cole made famous because we're coming up on his 100th birthday, his centennial next month.
Years, yeah.
So I'm going to touch on that a little bit. You know, basically upbeat. I've got a couple of ballads. Johnny Mathis ballad that I'm kind of doing in a different way, a little bit, kind of taking it and doing it with a little bit of a Brazilian beat. So it's going to be full of nice little surprises.
I think so. We can't wait to be there tonight and to
thrilled.
experience it. And that's what's great about this, is whether it's today on Valentine's Day or Friday or Saturday, we can celebrate love for ourselves and each other and the holiday of Valentine's. And if you don't even play into Valentine's, love is important always.
I'm not going to ram that down your throat, you know, so to speak. Wow, that was, never mind. But it's love songs. It's just upbeat and it's fun, and I think the audience will enjoy it. I hope. I've got a great trio. I've got Dave Mead on drums, Michael O'Brien on bass, and these great guest ladies every night.
Well, that's fantastic, because of course you work with the best of the best.
Well, I try to.
So we always know that that's what we're going to experience.
I try to.
And we love Birdland, of course.
Yeah, last time I saw you was here when I was playing for Anne Hampton Calloway. Another great
love
lady.
her.
She would have been in this show, but she's out of town working. So, you know, I'm lucky. I've got a lot of ladies that I.
You do a lot of talented, loving ladies.
Yeah, good friends.
If someone said to you before we wrap up here, what does love mean to you? If you just think of love, what does it mean to you?
Boy, that's a broad question to ask. Well, what comes to mind is, you know, love of your fellow man, people on the street, courtesy, you know, taking care of people, you know, just helping out people who need help. You know, there's all sorts of ways to do that, and everywhere you look, there are people who are looking for some help. That's love to me.
You know what? I agree with you, and that's what I think so cool about cabaret and music in general, is that we get to share our talent and our love, but it's really about bringing people together.
I think so.
And I at least that's what I think. And that's what you do, and that's what's so cool. So on that love note, get it?
That's right.
Come out and see Billy and his amazing guests and musicians at Birdland tonight, February 14th.
That's right.
February 15th and 16th. Now tonight there are 2 shows, once again, 7 o'clock and 9:45. And we hope to see you here. Come celebrate love and life and music. And Billy, besides, he just had his birthday.
That's right. Tuesday was my birthday.
So come out to celebrate him.
No presents, just your presence.
There you go. Get it? It's always a pleasure. Thank you, Billy.
Thank you, G.
All right. See you soon.
Bye.